Hello guys, it's EzraTime here and welcome back to another movie review. And today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Sakra, which is a new wuxia movie directed by Donnie Yen and starring Donnie Yen as the main character Xiao Feng. Now this is a movie that actually based on a wuxia novel called Demigods and Semi-Devils. Again, I can't exactly comment on how accurate it is to the novel because again I don't read the novel, so I'm just gonna review this movie objectively, how I feel about it when I watch it, And yeah, the reason why I want to watch it is because it's Donnie Yen, Donnie Yen is cool. I'm a big fan of Donnie Yen, and I think this movie this movie is directed by him, and might be the first directorial debut for Donnie Yen, maybe, because I know that Donnie Yen has been, action director or like action choreographer in the previous martial arts movie, but I feel like this is like the first one maybe that is like fully directed by Donnie Yen. So I guess good job on that. So obviously we're gonna go to the what I like about the movie and then what I didn't like about the movie. So what I like about the movie is obviously again Donnie Yen. Like the performance by Donnie Yen is just like amazing in my opinion. And I think the action itself is great, and a little bit of fun fact, I know this movie from like Donnie Yen Instagram, where he basically promote the movie there, and then he also said that the action is gonna be one of the greatest action ever. But the thing is that when you actually saw a wuxia movie, that we all know wuxia genre is probably not really that beloved by many people, because like wuxia is literally like an anime in a way. Like the action sequences is like over the top, like it doesn't make any sense, but it's like fantasy, right? It's also like an anime in a way, and that's how this action in this movie felt. It's like literally felt like a live action anime in a way, and that's why to me it's fun. And like I'm not a big fan of like a wuxia movie myself, I just prefer, if there is like an action movie, I just prefer to be a bit more grounded, because like it's just like way more exciting that way compared to like over the top action movie, because it kind of felt again like an anime, but also felt like a superhero movie, which is like superhero movie right now kind of felt boring, to be honest. Like it's just like CGI visual effects, and then that's what the action in this movie is. There is some fight scene obviously, but most of them are visual effects or CGI, and that's why it's just like this action sequences might not work for many people, because again it's a wuxia movie. And I do think that when Donnie Yen said that this is like one of the greatest action ever, like I feel like I don't know, man. It's a wuxia movie, so like it's kind of hard to judge an action on a wuxia movie. Like I'm like the choreography is like is good, but it's just like again there is like so many CGI and visual effects that involve, So it's like it's exciting, it's fun when that happened, but it's just like I don't know if you're gonna call it like greatest action. I feel like the greatest action movie is like the 1980s Jackie Chan movie, where there is no CGI. It's like all real stunt. Like to me, that's like the great action movie. But this one is just like yeah, it's a wuxia movie. It's live action anime, So it's I think it's fun. It's engaging, when the action happen. It's quite amazing, but it's just like not I guess not my type and not like everybody's type either, so like I don't know, I feel like, but I still like it, I still think that's the best part about the movie, besides Donnie Yen's performance, the action is great. But I will say this, so the part that I didn't like about the movie is I think is the runtime, because like the runtime for this movie is like 132 minutes, so more than 2 hours, so I do think that they probably could cut down certain scenes, because like I feel like it's just a bit too long, and I know that the argument could be that because it was adapted from like a novel, so maybe Donnie Yen and the writers is trying to include as many scenes from a novel as much as possible. Maybe that's why it's long, but I don't know. Like again, I'm viewing this movie objectively. I do think that there is some scenes that could be cut. Maybe like 20 minutes could be cut down to make the movie more tight. Because I do feel like it's a bit too long and it's just like kind of dragging in a way. And the second one, which is probably the biggest problem for this movie, is the pacing. Like the pacing wasn't that great in my opinion. Like I feel like the first half the pacing was fine. It wasn't great, but it was like good enough that you can follow the story. But there is literally a midpoint in the movie where it feels like I feel like the movie is going to end. Like I literally thought sitting there on theaters, I thought the movie is going to end. but it's continued for like another hour or something like that. I was like, wow, okay, so like it's not the end, so it's still continuing. It's still pretty long. Okay, because like again, the way the scene was like setting up, like it seems like the movie is going to end. It feels like there's gonna be some continuation. But like apparently no, there is like another hour left to the movie, and I didn't even know that. I was actually spending the entire second half expecting the movie to end because like the way the movie was like written and then pacing wise, it felt like we reached the climax. Because I thought that, oh, like maybe there is more, but I feel like this kind of felt like a climax, even though we all know it's not. Because there is some elements of the movie that you kind of call back to, like, oh wait, we haven't found out like who's the bad guy yet. Like I have that on my mind, but I thought that, oh, like maybe they're gonna reveal that in the second movie. That's literally what I have in my mind for quite some time. Before eventually the movie get to the main bad guy, and then obviously the final fight happened. But it's just like, wow, that actually happened in my mind, that I thought the movie is going to end. And then the second half, the pacing is just like super slow in my opinion. Like it doesn't flow that well, and it's just like it's getting a bit boring, at least for me, before we get to the action again. And that's the other thing, that the action is like really like spaced out, but I feel like it was like spaced out a bit too much in my opinion. Like it doesn't feel tight enough, because I feel like, again, there's so many elements that you could probably cut from the movie. And obviously this movie has the Lord of the Rings syndrome in my opinion. Like what I mean by that is that when the end of the Lord of the Ring trilogy, the third movie, obviously, like you kind of like expecting the movie to end, but it just keep going. Like I know it kind of similar to my point of view, before, but I'm talking about like, oh, like this is actually where the movie end, right? Because like here's the thing, the screen fades to black more than 4 times. I think that I thought that, oh, the movie is going to end, and then like it just keeps showing images, okay, and then it goes to black. Oh, it's just another scene, okay, and then it goes to black again. I was like, oh, this is the end, and then it's just another scene again. I'm just like, what the hell, man? Is this going to end, or are we still have like another 30 minutes, And then finally, when we get to the credits, like, oh, directed by Donnie Yen, I was like, okay, finally the movie end. And then it shows another scene, and this scene right here, it goes on for more than maybe 2 minutes, which is a bit long for like a scene after like the credit first pop up. I was like, what is happening? Is this the end or not? And literally, I see the people around me on my theaters, like I think some of them just like expecting it to be over and then just want to leave the theaters, and then they just forced to sit down because like there is a much more scene to go. And even then, the lights was like turning on my theaters as this last scene is still playing again for like maybe more than 2 minutes, which is a pretty long scene, for the last scene after one credit that showed up, which is directed by Donnie Yen. And I thought that, oh, that's the ending, but no, it shows another scene. The lights in my theaters turn on. Some people starting to leave despite there is like some scene playing around. Like clearly they don't even care anymore. And then I'm just like sitting here just thinking that, man, when is this going to end? And I was like half expecting it to be continuing more for like 10 minutes maybe because like it just like it keeps going, guys. It literally keeps going when you finally get to the, you thought you were getting to the ending and the screen fades to black, but it just shows another scene and another scene and then another scene again for such a long time. And I'm just like, is this movie is going to end or not? Because the lights is turning on, man. I feel like it should be ending, but like it still continued for like 2 minutes. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, so that was Sakra. It's definitely a wuxia movie that I quite enjoy, but it's not the best movie ever. And then again, saying that the best action ever is like, I don't know, man. I don't think you could say it's the best action ever on a wuxia movie because usually there's like, again, it's CGI and visual effects, And then I know that there's some fight choreography there, which is the fight choreography is good, because it's Donnie Yen. But it's just like it just like has so many visual effects and CGI that it's just like, I don't know, man. Like it's fun, but it's just like I don't exactly appreciate it because like you could just like do that in a post production movie compared to like a grounded martial arts movie, where you see Donnie Yen or Jackie Chan actually performing the moves. Like to me, that was like way more awesome compared to this, compared to like a wuxia movie. I don't. That's why I think a lot of people said a wuxia movie is like it could be good, but also could be really ridiculous. And I don't think people prefer wuxia movie more than a grounded martial arts movie. I don't think so. At least I think most people will be preferring a grounded martial arts movie. At least I do, but that's my opinion. So I think for Sakura, I'm gonna give it like a solid 7. I think because I do think it's a good movie, but it's not great. Again, the pacing is one of the main problem. Like the movies kind of get boring at times because again the runtime is too long. And there is also like the ending just keeps on going for some reason. I'm just like, just end, please. We have enough. And then obviously, like the again like the pacing in the middle, I thought that the movie is going to end and then there's gonna be some continuation, but it just keeps on going, and then like in my mind I was like waiting for it to end, not realizing that there is another hour to the movie. Which is like, yeah, it's not good in terms of the pacing. So I don't know, I feel like I still enjoyed it though, 7 out of 10. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a question to you guys. What do you guys think about this movie right here? Do you guys enjoy it? If you guys already watch it, if you guys haven't watched it, I don't know when this movie is going to play on your country, because again, the China movie release date is kind of like messy in a way, because sometimes it could play like maybe another month or two or something like that. I have no idea, but it's releasing on my country and I watch it and I quite enjoy it. It's definitely not the greatest Donnie Yen movie, obviously, but I do think that you guys gonna have some fun time when the action is happening. But I feel like you're gonna be felt pretty bored at times, maybe because again it's too long and the pacing wasn't that great. So there you go. So I guess give it a watch if you are a big fan of Donnie Yen. So maybe I think you will have a fun time. So there you go. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this review, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, usual stuff. Click the join button below to become a member for the channel, guys. That's how you support me even further. And yes, stay tuned for more videos in the future, guys. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.